Hi, I'm Zoe Sipes, and I'm going to do a short lesson on a section of the Yoga Sutra today. This is from the first chapter, and this is the section on Isvara. It is 123 through 120. I'm going to go to 129 today. So I have some other videos on chapter 1 of the Yoga Sutra. I'm kind of going through the whole chapter, and I will put a link to those below. And it's been a while since I made those videos. Although I have to say I'm a little rusty on this, but it's good for me to look over this stuff. And as I'm trying to explain it to other people, my understanding of it is clarified a bit. So a lot of this teaching is for my own understanding. But I'm going to chant chapter 1 through this last part, number 29, just to get into the headspace for the Yoga Sutra. You might hear some critters around me. We have a gerbil who's busy scratching and chewing on a lot of stuff. He's kind of noisy, and my dog also might wake up in a bit. So if you hear a lot of background noise, it's just our pets. Okay, so this is chapter 1 of the Yoga Sutra. Samadhi padaha atha yoganusasanam yoga chitta vritti nirodhaha tada drashtuhu swarupe avasthanam vritti sarupyam itaratra vrittaya panchatayah klishtaha pramana viparyaya vikalpa mitra smritayaha pratyaksha anumana agamaha brahmanani viparyayo mithyagnyanam atadrupa pratishtham shabdagnyananubhati pastushunyo vikalpaha abhava pratyayalambana tamo vrittirnitra anubhuta vishaya asampramoshaha smritihi tivra samveganam asannaha mritu madhya adhimatratvat tatopi visheshaha. So this is the part we're doing today. Isvara pranidhanadva klesha karma vipaka ashayaihi aparamrishtaha purusha vishesha Isvaraha tatra niratishayam sarvagnya bijam sa esha purveshamapi guruhu kalena navachhedat tasya vachakaha pranavaha tadjapaha tadarthabhavanam tataha pratyakchetanaadhikamaha api antaraya bhavascha. So those are the first 29 sutras. I'm going to start with number 23, which goes, Isvara pranidhanadva. So this section begins a little portion of the Yoga Sutra that's related to Isvara and the practice of Pranidhana, which is surrendering or coming to or letting go for being devoted to this idea of Ishvara. And the word Ishvara is like a lord or supreme spirit or the ultimate spiritual being. And in this first sutra, it ends in the word va, which means or. So this portion of the Yoga Sutra is listing a lot of options for practicing yoga or preparing yourself to practice yoga. In the section before this, it listed some qualities that one should have to attain kind of a state of yoga where the mind is connected to a particular object. And the qualities it mentioned were Shraddha, Virya, Smriti, Samadhi, Prajna. So these were some qualities that you needed to cultivate within yourself. And you can see that in the previous video, like Shraddha is faith or belief or conviction, and Virya is strength. Smriti is kind of a memory, but it's more like kind of a foundation of knowing. And Samadhi Prajna is complete integration with this true knowing. So these are the things that we cultivate to connect the mind. And right after the sutra that lists these attributes, it says there are some people who don't need to cultivate these qualities because they're just born with them. And then for everyone else, if you don't have those qualities, or if you can't cultivate those qualities, or if you don't just have them inherent in you because of a kind of a lucky birth, then here's what you can do. And the first one is, I was taught the most powerful, is this surrendering to Ishvara. So the sutra goes on. Number 24 is Klesha Karma Vipaka Ashayaihi Aparamrishtaha Purusha Vishesha Ishwaraha. This sutra is describing Ishvara to give you a better understanding of what this particular spirit is. So Ishvara, it says, is a special spirit, a special being, or Purusha really means seer. It's one who sees, clearly. So Ishvara is a special spirit who is not affected by, aparamrishtaha, not affected by, not touched by the kleshas, which are sources of affliction or trouble. It's not touched by karma, which is kind of the residue that action leaves on us. It's not touched by the consequence of the karma, the actions, or any residual effect or trace or lingering impression. So the consequences are vipakaha, and lingering impressions are ashayaihi. So Ishvara is a special spirit who is not touched by the kleshas, afflictions, karma, action, or any effect or consequence of kleshas or karmas, or any residual effect or any trace of klesha or karma. So this is what makes Ishvara unique and different, because it's unchangeable. It's absolutely pure. It's not affected by anything. It's just absolutely pure. The next sutra, 125, is Tatra Niratishayam Sarvagnya Bijam. This one says Tatra, or there, in that spirit, in Ishvara, there is Niratishayam, unsurpassed or the highest, Bijam, which is seed of wisdom or knowledge, Sarvagnya, kind of overreaching knowledge. So in Ishvara, there is the highest seed of all knowing. The next sutra further describes Ishvara. It says, Sa Esha Purvesham Api Guruhu Kalena Navachhedat. Sa Esha, again, is saying this, or Ishvara, this particular spirit, is the first one, Purvesha. Api, also, the guru, or the revered teacher, the highest teacher. And Anavachedata is unlimited or not bound by Kalena, time. So Ishvara is not bound by time, and it is the greatest, or the first teacher. And I was taught the idea is that this was the first yoga master, Ishvara. The knowledge that we have is passed down from Ishvara. That's the source of the knowledge we have for yoga and how we do yoga. Sutra 27. So those were the descriptions of Ishvara. It's all-knowing. It has all the seed of knowledge. All knowledge has come from it. It is not bound by time. It is not touched or has no residue of the kleshas, like the afflictions, and karma. So the next few sutras are how to practice this giving to Ishvara, essentially, or the surrendering to Ishvara. So 127, Tasya Vachakaha Pranavaha. Tasya means to it. Vachakaha is like a word or an invocation. And Pranavaha here is translated as the symbol of the absolute or the sacred mantra. I think most texts will translate Pranavaha Pranava as the word Om. So it's this ultimate sound of the sound of the universe, or sound of consciousness, is Om. And Om is a Pranava. I was taught that Pranava, the word, has a wider application than just Om. I can't find my notes on it though, so I'm a little fuzzy on the details. I think it might be that there are many pranavas, and Om is one of them, and Om is the one that most of us are in the yoga world are familiar with. But I think I was also told that a pranava was anything someone does with the spirit of surrendering to Ishvara. So any sort of prayer or action that someone would do in service, I guess, to Ishvara. And the idea was that it's done as sort of a sacred, special thing with the intention of giving it to Ishvara. So not just Om, but I think most Yoga Sutra texts translate the word pranava as Om. And so 127 is saying that there is a special way to address Ishvara. 128 is Tadjapaha Tadarthabhavanam. So Tad, this, referring to the pranava. Japaha, repetition. Tadartha is kind of a complicated word. It's significant. I guess, or its meaning. And bhavanam is the idea, or like the way it sits in our mind is a bhavana. So 128 is saying that the repetition of the pranava is done with the idea of it in the mind. So there's intention behind it. There's focus and intention on the meaning of it, or the feeling of it, or the experience of it. So it's not done, mindlessly, just mindless repetition. It's done with intention and focus on the meaning and the feeling it gives. And the last sutra, we'll do 129. Tataha pratyakte. I'm sorry, I think I mixed up. Tataha pratyakchetanadigamaha api antaraya bhavascha. So tataha, therefore, consequently, antaraya is the obstacles are diminished, or they are reduced, or they are decreased. Abhava cha, and also api, pure consciousness or internal continent consciousness. The vision or the experience, pratyak, of internal consciousness, chetana, is attained or revealed, adhigamaha. So therefore, as this pranava is repeated with intention or with focus on the meaning, as it's repeated with this focus, the obstacles are diminished and consciousness, the experience of consciousness, is attained. And you have yoga. So that's kind of the first option, is this repetition of the pranava, or this surrendering to Isvara through the practice of, maybe chanting Om as an example, or whatever you're doing on a regular basis with focus and intention to connect and surrender to Isvara. That's how you experience this feeling of consciousness. So this last sutra mentions the obstacles, antarayaha. We will cover the obstacles in the next video. I think we'll just do that single sutra because it is a long one. I hope you find this useful. I enjoy doing this. If you have any comments, if you have any experience with the sutra, if you have anything that you've learned that's different, I would love to hear it. I really value your input. So thank you so much for watching. Namaste.